Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Metaphor ReFantazio. So, for those of you who don't know, it's been a couple of days since I've been able to upload more episodes of Metaphor because I got really sick. So, I had a really bad fever and cough, and well, it took me out for, 2 days straight really, and then after that I still hadn't had my voice back because of the cough and whatnot, so it took me a while to get back here, but I'm so happy to be back here. But it has been a while since I played, so it might take me a minute to get back into the swing of things, but let's do it. We're on our way to the new town, though. I do remember that. About time we made it to the mountains. Never much minded sea travel myself. Basilia, though, he turns green at the thought. Well, we're returning to land earlier than I expected. Shame about leaving behind the fishing. Well, if we had the luxury of time on our journey, I wonder what bounties of the mountain and woodlands I might have found as well. Alright, have we done this today?
Got it.
Hey.
Well, seems like Del's foot all healed up now, thanks to Lady Rella. Now what's got you looking so pleased? Bah, can't make sense of all this. Okay, so let's see what we have for cooking. We've got 4 of those, so I'm okay with that. We're doing fine there. Garage that recover HP when walking around the dungeon. Immunity in the field. You know, I don't think I need any of those. I'm going to save the resources for other recipes, I think. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Let me remind myself what this book does, the one that we haven't finished reading yet. Okay, so that one's tolerance. And then we've got imagination here and courage there. Okay. Alright, let's read the book. That's not the one. A Musari's Guide to Life Outside the Island. It must be tough for them. If I read this book, I may gain more tolerance. Let's do it. This travelogue offers an introduction to culture and customs outside Virga Island, told through the Musari author's first-hand experience. The section on Grand Trad contains a list of recommended shops to visit. The words "must go" are written in small letters next to some, presumably by Eutha. However, the author does advise against praying at restaurants in Grand Trad. Doing so will greatly increase the chance of being kicked out, apparently. Well, living in a totally foreign country sounds so difficult, and yet the author and Eutha are jumping right into it. Seeing their willingness to embrace other cultures and values increased my tolerance.
All right.
So many points, I love it. Alright, by the time we finish that book, I think tolerance is going to be maxed out. It's like almost guaranteed. There's still more left to read in this book.
Come look at this!
Ahoy, you lot aren't going to believe the view I'm seeing outside. I'm hitting the brakes.
The gauntlet runner makes a short stop in front of Colerodio Cliff, a bluff so tremendous it fills one's vision. Its massive fissure is said to be the vestige of a god's wrath, as only a force capable of splitting heaven and earth could cause it. Perfectly balanced by the work of nature, or the wrath of gods extolled in the myths of creation, none can say.
Cool. Interesting.
Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. I've heard of sheer cliffs before, but I never imagined something like this. Indeed, falling off that precipice would be unfathomably terrifying and exhilarating, I imagine. Makes me want to scream. I suddenly want to scream out into the distance.
On guard!
Damned boar-faced sanctus scullions!
What?
Oi, what's gotten into you? My, that was rather pleasing. It's quite refreshing you know, to pull your voice from the very bottom of your gut and yell in such a manner.
Speaking of...
Well, I am reminded of the time you were all yelling before me. Yeah. It was a rather terrible experience, I admit, but if I may, I would like to try my hand at this yelling.
Listen!
Never again shall I sleep in a roach-infested inn! I feel you.
Yes.
I'm with you there. How amusing. I would also like to try the screaming as well. What's the matter? I fully intended to do it, but the words just won't come out at all, and this girl is just too charming. Never change, love. Well, does anybody else have anything to yell about? I sense that gazing off the cliff's edge and being filled with an unexplainable urge to scream has somehow broadened my wisdom.
All right.
Naturally. I love it. That was awesome.
As for me...
Well, then I suppose it's Elnuris's turn. I've prepared a list of complaints that I wish I could recite to you all on a daily basis, and... rather chilly out here, isn't it? We should head back before we all catch a cold. Yes, we should allow ourselves to spend too much time on these distractions. We shouldn't.
Bombs away!
But I must scream! As always, I've drawn this place. Here. I'll keep Nurse's picture as a souvenir of our journey.
The gauntlet runner stops amidst rocky terrain as twilight envelops the wilderness.
We're almost
in
there.
darkness.
We're almost there.
The twinkling lights are not all stars. Some are the eyes of monsters peering through the dark. To await the dawn in comfort and peace is a privilege only the gauntlet runner can provide.
All right, taking a break at the Stony Camp. We should arrive in town by this time tomorrow. Well, we've only got a limited amount of time left to enjoy these quiet moments. Once we get to Altabury, well, you know what's going to happen. Okay, so we'll have a ton of imagination to work on here. Well, at this pace, we'll reach Altabury sometime tomorrow. You got the lance in the end, so I'll not deny you've got the skills for this, but I'll still be watching you until it's in Count Louise's hands.
Hey.
The night chills are creeping in. Suppose that means we're closing in on Altabury? And once the lance is in Lord Louise's hands, I'll be out of your hair, eh? Days really flew by. You're gonna miss me. It's alright, you'll join me. You will. Okay, is there anybody inside doing anything? Okay, you've got imagination as well. Yeah, part of me wants to do this. Oh, I wanted to check it first. That must have been a different option, my bad. It's a bath with rainbow bath blossom in it. A range of color shimmers atop the water like a rainbow. My body may melt away in this astonishing comfort. As my fatigue and anxiety evaporates, I feel I'm being lifted towards the heavens. Alright, well, oh, magic and strength. Oh, this is everything. Endurance, agility, luck. Oh, wow, okay, I picked a good one, I guess. Dude, it did everything. That's awesome. Okay. Alright. Mistake failed successfully. I got out of the bath and went back after cooling off for a bit.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Okay, so we want like 1,000 of those bath salts.
'Tis nearly time.
'Tis only a ways further until we reach Altabury. The city is likely abuzz with activity related to Saint's Day. Well, I wonder if Luis is already there. Sooner or later we have to hand Dracodius over to him. Well, one must wonder what the brothers will tell him of our time on the island. I hope they will leave out any unnecessary details.
Got it?
We just have to stand tall and be confident. If you have to sell a lie, look them straight in the eye and say every word like you truly believe it. Yeah, girl had to live that, like, for a long time, so...
All right then.
Tonight, we'll deliver the lance to
Got a
Louise.
sec?
Well, this will be the last time we'll be able to relax for a while. Once we arrive, we'll be jumping right into it. I can't blame you for feeling nervous. After all, we know what's coming.
All right. Well then.
It's coming up.
We're finally getting close to Altabury. Saints' Day Eve at the Opera House. There's never been a stage quite like this, not for me and especially not for you. Well, it's going to be much colder in Altabury. You're ready to layer up and keep warm, I hope? You furless tribes have to do what you can. Winter's never really phased us, you chief, I suppose. The Divine Lance. I can call it reclamation, but those Sanctus are pillaging the pagans' treasures. Plain and simple. Sanctism's got nothing for us. We got no faith in their god or their sanctors. That's why we stand with Count Louise. Alright, read the book. This travelogue offers an introduction to cultures and customs outside Virga Island told through the Mustari author's first-hand experience. A section detailing the small, cute animals that exist outside the island is particularly worn. Eva must have returned to this section often. Oh, she's adorable. But it goes on to depict some methods mainlanders use to keep and raise animals for food. I can feel the author's and Yufa's shock through the pages.
All right.
With that, I finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened.
Now
Alright,
then.
is this going to be our first maxed out stat? Yep, we hit it. Savior. Damn, okay.
Tolerance.
'Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, take up a mantle of benevolence which shall spur thee to aid thy people. A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed.
Nura speaking.
Now I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop.
Before Altabury's mountains, the Gauntlet Runner sets upon the Murky Graveyard. The colossal bridges overhead are an impressive sight. During the Annex War, this land was a fierce battleground. Many soldiers, unable to return to their loved ones, found their final rest here. But few honor the dead. Their spirits take no solace. Their tragic remains are desecrated by wild dogs, leaving their bones exposed to the elements.
Damn, brutal.
Just look at it.
Whoa, these bridges are huge. 'Tis an area defined by its numerous valleys. The bridges connect the flatlands and increase the amount of places in which people may live. That makes sense. But if these bridges were to fall in battle, those people would end up isolated.
Hey,
Yes, all very fascinating, but have you looked at what's directly in front of you? Those are the bones of people, aren't they? What's with the stuff on the side of the walls, too? They are the remains of those who fell during the Annex War. This was the site of a fierce battle, and the dead were left to the elements, denied the dignity of a proper burial. This land is tragic. War is tragic, and we shouldn't disrespect the fallen here.
Yeah.
Indeed, I can't bear to think of something on this scale happening again. It brings me no pleasure to see it, yet 'tis valuable to experience the cold reality of battle, beyond the legends and tales of valor. Carve this memory into your hearts. That is why the magla that drifts about this place carries such an oppressive weight. I can feel the sadness and regret of those whose lives came to an end here.
All right.
Okay, increased wisdom.
Hey,
Is something wrong, Nerys? Your face has gone blue. Are you scared?
Well,
My powers of imagination are more robust than most. Oh, why, Nerys, I'm surprised you put any stock in scary stories. You're a more gentle soul than I gave you credit for. Oh, too true, too true. Before all else, I am a delicate flower.
Well then,
Shall we make a quiet departure so as not to rouse the dead?
that's my fault.
I'm sorry to have made such a fuss. I would like to give those who died a proper send-off, and drew this with that in mind.
Altabury Heights, capital of the Principality of Montario, the eastmost country annexed into the Kingdom of Euchronia. The mountain path leading to the city begins near the coastline, but few gauntlet runners can contend against its steep slope. Those who complete the arduous climb are rewarded. City lights, dusted with snow, twinkle beautifully in the valley. But what awaits the party there is no reward, but their greatest trial thus far. The hour of reckoning draws near, and they steel themselves anew.
The seat of sanctism, Altabury. Truly, I never thought I would see it in person. What is that giant structure?
The monolith. In Sanctus Scripture, they tell of how the stone was shaped by God's own hand.
It's afloat. I'd only heard rumors that it didn't touch the ground, but to see it now.
are we finally moving again?
just another trip for our songstress.
We're here at last.
We decided to present Louise with Dracodios, Lance of the Dragon God, aboard his gauntlet runner, the Charadrius. Let's hope he doesn't find out the Lance is a fake.
Well done. So this is the Lance of Legend, is it?
I am called Euphazia, priestess of the island. For personal reasons, I have joined them on their journey.
You do not detest me.
I owe my life to them, and I understand they operate under your guidance.
Indeed. I had heard you were able to obtain the lance without incurring the islanders' hatred. Quite a feat, now that I know it to be true. Well done. At last, it seems that even fate has abandoned Fortin. Thanks to you, I was spared the effort of sifting through ashes to find this. If the islanders could not be persuaded, my next course would have been to raze their village to the ground. The Charadrius' batteries would make that a fairly simple task.
What?
He's so blatantly rude, dude.
Why are you surprised? At times, sacrifice
Evil
is necessary
shithead.
to save the many. Was that not the exact reasoning by which your countrymen would have seen you die?
You're...
Have the lance brought to my chamber later. Thank you for your hard work in spite of your wound. Take care of yourselves. Now
He
we
is
need
like-
only to wait until tomorrow for the Saints' Day festival.
Like, he truly cares nothing for being diplomatic, you know what I mean? Like, most people, even if that's how they felt inside, would never say it out loud, and they'd just appease people, you know? He's just out with it. He's just like, nope, I'm a piece of shit, and I'm gonna let everybody know it.
The whole event will be held over 2 days at the Opera House.
The first day is the eve of the festival, and I'm scheduled to sing. Hope you're looking forward to it.
Main festivities start on the second day. That's when all these divine relics will be dedicated and sealed. It's aimed at proving beyond a doubt that Sanctism is the highest authority.
All kind of daft though, isn't it? If they were that confident in their scriptures, you'd think they wouldn't have to bother with all that.
I wonder if he's going to try and wreck that whole ceremony, because he doesn't want anybody to see the church looking and being more powerful. You know what I mean? So he's gonna do something there.
This is where Forden dies.
Oh my god.
He and Sanctism itself. At the very least, it's worth giving him a memorable end.
Lord Louise, I do hope you'll come and watch me sing this time. We missed you at the opening ceremony. If you're not there, it'll hardly be worth it.
You needn't worry. Having come all this way, it would be a waste not to show.
Well, I'm off to check out the Opera House. Want to make sure everything's shipshape for my solo, of course. The rest is up to you.
You have all performed admirably. You exceeded my every expectation. Soon, Forden's reign will come crashing down. From this point onward, I would have you forfeit the competition and dedicate yourself fully to my campaign.
Understood.
For now, rest your wings a while. Tomorrow's festivities will be a grand show indeed.
Okay, shit's about to pop off.
It seems the land's past muster. Eurus is a peerless craftsman, if not else.
Yufa, are you okay?
He would have destroyed my home. How could he suggest such carnage with not a shade of guilt? I was sure that deep down, all people are inherently good at heart.
You sweet summer child.
No, you made it sound like you were bound to kill him at any cost. And now I understand why.
I see. Then let's get back on track and go find ourselves an inn. You've got more supporters now. I dare say we'll find better lodging than we could before.
I wouldn't be so sure. This city's in the palm of Forden's hand, and we're the ones who humiliated him during the exhibition.
All the same, we're about to do something big. To be honest, I'll take anywhere, so long as I can stretch out.
Let's just stay in the Gauntlet Runner.
Let's just stay in the Gauntlet Runner.
As a last resort, maybe, but it might do us some good to see the city itself. Do a bit of scouting for our plans. Let's call the runner our fallback plan.
Then why don't we look for an inn run by a Mustari?
I thought this city was the seat of the church.
In times before the church, it's said many diverse faiths and teachings took root in this city. That's why Montario is the only mainland nation that trades with the islands.
Indeed. My grandfather often said that until his generation, the only prominent building of the Sanctus Church was that opera house. Though the prevailing story now, of course, is that Sanctism reclaimed this land from malevolent pagans.
Either way, I'm certain there should be quite a few Mustari who feign conversion and live in seclusion.
If one of these Mustarians really exists, it may work in our favor. Let's look for it.
Okay.
Speaking of,
If it is a Mustari-owned inn we seek, then I know of one in the center of town. 'Tis called Skyward Tavern. I recall it being rather pleasant, with very little that would point to its Mustari roots.
certainly.
It was on Diafranco Street, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, so cold. At least Holdenberg is in her element. Can we get going before we freeze, though? Okay,
All right,
so, new town.
Where to?
I doubt we can
Where to?
leave right now. So we're just gonna explore. We'll probably be able to turn in our quest at that place up the road. All right. Okay, so we're in Montario. Yep, there's the castle right above us. Jesus, that would be so unsettling.
Why, you little...
Curse that driver getting lost in the mountains and in the snow, no less. I thought I'd freeze to death. I'm supposing the inns around here are all full too. I wonder if we'll have to go to the far side of the street.
Well met, eh?
Hey! Well, we welcome you to Altabury. Good lord, aren't you that elder candidate? Out with you. Go back whence you came. This land is under the protectorate of the Sanctus Church. We've no shelter for heathens. Well, I guess we've reached some level of notoriety, haven't we? Guess so.
This is the best.
I hear there's a motley crew of candidates gathered here. This year, Saint's Day is looking to be the most festive celebration we've had yet. I've heard rumors those relics once belonged to the church, which would mean His Eminence Forden's standing is as good as assured.
You're not serious. Stop!
You're the elder who made the mess of the exhibition in Brylehaven, aren't you? Listen here, Altabury's the stronghold of the Sanctus Church. You don't stand a chance.
Oh, cripes.
So this place used to be a lot more pagan, but now it's the center of the church? Oh, here's Rudolph again.
Yes, hello.
Not in my wildest imaginings did I believe you'd survive long enough to meet me here in Altabury. In all honesty, I'm shocked you made it past the exhibition. Nevertheless, you'll be sorry to know I've acquired my offering relic as well. Such a spectacular offering will surely astound citizens and candidates alike.
Don't miss your chance to sell now.
Awful weather, ain't it? But for you, what a stroke of luck, also on Idle's days. My exchange rate's even better than my usual fair trade. Hurts me to do it, but I've been told to buy your mag for a slightly higher price, an order from the Lycian Magic Association.
Hey, listen.
My wits have left me, I believe.
What are you doing lying in the middle of a public route? Are you quite all right? You do realize you're in the way, don't you? Ah, why, I never. Don't just stare. Get up, away with you.
Hey, listen.
Forden's the only game in town.
Uh-huh.
What's that, bounties? I would love to check, but I'm kind of busy right now. Oh, come on, I just want to turn one in. Come back when things have settled down a bit. I've got a lot of requests.
Forden's the only game in town.
Okay, I don't think this is actually a
There's
route.
nothing there.
It's a big city. Let's try to stay on the route we have to be on for now. Okay, so maybe later that is a part of the city we can go to.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Oh there.
You there, is the view not spectacular here? That impressive structure out there is called the Monolith. This is a very cool town. The rumors were true. It looks like a sculpture jutting out of the sky more than the ground, truly a sight to behold. With the Opera House at its base, it's truly this city's landmark. 'Twas well worth the trip from Grand Trad to lay eyes upon it.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
isn't it?
dude, what a cool view. I've also got to keep an eye out for gold beetles.
Oh, cripes.
Hang on. That's the one from the exhibition.
Hey, mister.
Just like that.
Say there.
Right.
You!
So, you're the elder causing all the rumors. That other candidate, Loveless, has been searching all over for you. I don't know what you did to the lad, but I don't want any trouble in this city, am I clear? I wonder what he wants with us.
What's his it?
Only thing down there is the hot spring and the magic shop, hardly worth the climb back up. This whole city was excavated out of a mountainside. You get used to it, I suppose.
Now, how did I wind up here? Oh, cripes.
Well, I'm here to celebrate Saint's Day, but went wrong turn and I'm utterly lost. Oh dear, there's something foul in the air. Where in heaven's name am I? Okay, so down here it seems like there's more magla concentrated. In this city, the upper classes reside in luxury in their mansions up high, while those of lesser means and values disgrace the public order down below.
This place.
So this is the hot spring. The water here is supposed to melt away your anxiety and nervousness. There's no time to be kicking back in a hot spring. We'll come back another time. Aw, you're no fun, Gallica. Okay, here's our magic shop.
I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
Huh? Okay, I thought that looked like a gold beetle thing. Okay, cool.
What would you like?
Now there's a face I don't see every day. I don't carry igniters here, but have a look around anyway. I've received word from Alonzo. He said you were worthy of a discount.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
Beg pardon?
Damn.
Hey, mister!
Greetings.
All right then.
Okay, let's check out this side first, I guess. I fear the increasing number of warrior monks as Saints' Day approaches. We have converted to their Sanctus faith, yet they still despise us. Somewhere in their hearts, they still see us as lesser. I couldn't tell you how many Mustari have been imprisoned for crimes they did not commit. Ooh, I see you, buddy. Another gold beetle. We found 3 in this town already. Very nice.
Get yourself a good deal, hey?
Okay, I might not want to buy anything here until we have another, the Idol's Day discount or whatever. So we have the 20% off from the Lycian, whatever, from our ability, but we also can get more if we come here on a different day. All right.
Can't be.
Besides Louise, all the candidates gathered here are intimidating and truly fearsome in a fight. Just being near them has me quivering.
Ah, hello.
Automatically increases attack. Automatically increases defense. Be a pretty big upgrade for 2 of them at least. Okay, something to look at later on a discount day.
Well, well.
Well, color me surprised. Your being here tells me you've also obtained a divine relic. I hardly had to lift a finger to get mine thanks to my contacts, but... I can only imagine the toll it must have taken on you. By the by, there's a podium in this city too, isn't there? I'd see them frequently in Brylehaven, but to be honest, I couldn't bear to listen. Those are the ravings of a madman. A cheap ale, the only purpose of which was to intoxicate the masses. Perhaps it's time I took to the pulpit. Electing a king and looking to the future requires the acumen of an enlightened thinker. Thinks highly of himself, doesn't he?
Come take a gander.
Saint's Day is the best. Even in cold like this, I'm raking in the cells. Sanctifex Forden and Saint Rella's portraits are in high demand every year. I did hope Master Godot's would be moving a little better. He is a candidate for the throne after all. Ah well, I suppose I overpriced him.
What's up?
We're looking for a place to stay. The inn's right up ahead, mate.
Hold tight the crown.
You there!
Hang on. What?
Coronation Rock in this city too. Wonder how the rankings are doing.
See.
Doesn't look like the order's changed at all since we last saw it.
Yep.
Hold tight the crown now.
That damned Luis.
Okay, so I came from that direction.
Elden rubbish. Hang on a minute, you.
We're restricting the number of people on this path due to construction. Only those with a valid permit may pass through this way. Where do I get a permit? They're distributed to those who have made donations to the church, of course. Naturally. Besides, aren't you the elder candidate at the center of all that gossip? Your foul reputation has reached as far as this city. I'd give up on seeking passage here if I were you. What foul reputation? We haven't done anything wrong. Something tells me he's not going to see our way of things.
My money's on Santa Fe.
That
damned Luis.
You're not serious.
Oh my.
Excuse me, but have you ever considered growing flowers? Sounds interesting. It sounds like too much of a time commitment? Well, that's certainly understandable. I sell not only beautiful flowers, but also special seeds. Perhaps some Hero's Jeweled Root Seed are more your style? They're certainly more practical. These seeds are a premium crop, so the price reflects that. But, any interest?
What do you want to do? My sincerest thanks.
I'm sure they'll return your love and care tenfold.
Do you need something?
Well, the church is up these stairs. Keep going. And you'll find the Ontario Opera House. You've come for Saint's Day, haven't you? If you're looking for an inn, take that path down.
Indeed, 'tis not so bad.
Well, Saint's Day is right around the corner. I've heard they're dedicating some pagan relics at the tournament. You think I could use my connections to nab a few for my shop? Huh. Oh, I'm sure they'd fetch a fine price. What a creep. What does he think divine relics are? Toys for nobles?
Hello there.
Oh, grand.
Hello there.
Care to buy some meat, lad? Come now. No need to be so wary just 'cause I'm a parapus.
Oh, grand.
Well now, what are we on about?
Well, the city will surely flourish by hosting the tournament during Saint's Day, but it vexes me we must receive such a swath of unruly and pious rabble. I only wish they showed the proper respect for these hallowed celebrations. I'll throw them in the dungeons if they continue behaving like ill-mannered swine.
Oh, grand.
Oi!
Closure, eh? Come to buy some water, have you? Okay, Orgo sugar. We've got a little bit of each of these right now, so I'm not going to bother buying those. The dedication ceremony will take place at the Opera House above here, won't it? Oh, I can't wait.
Young man! Young man! Beg pardon? Well, nothing I can do about it.
Cool.
Just sublime.
Gotta check everywhere for our gold beetles.
Hello there.
Didn't they tell you at the Blue Sky Bridge? Only those with permits are allowed on this road. We're expanding the road to support the passage of gauntlet runners, which means you'll be able to cross as soon as construction is finished. Mind you, that could take a few years.
That will be quite
So irreverent.
Have you seen the Whiteclads over there? Those brazen bastards are acting like they own the place in our very own holy city. Though they may be feared as the strongest army in the nation, we warrior monks still have our pride. We'll be hosting the most eminent dignitaries in the nation and the divine relics. I swear in the name of Sanctism that our security will be impenetrable.
That will be quite enough.
Well, I bet those monk soldiers are itching to get their hands on Louise. How foolish. It'd be a futile effort. They can't lay a finger on him because of the king's protective magic, after all.
Amazing.
Is that a beetle? I think that's beetle.
Boy.
Damn, this is just a straight up dead end, huh? Ooh, boy. Holy shit. So the last dungeon has to happen in the castle up there, right? It's gotta.
Boy.
Boy.
Hey, mister.
Proper aces.
You.
Let's not.
Tomorrow's a big day. Let's not do anything that'll make us look suspicious.
You.
Well, nothing I can do about it. How grand. How grand.
Hello there.
Proper aces.
Well then, if
You're
you say
looking
you'll
for an
help,
inn. Run by the Mustari tribe. Just go down this path. It'll be on your right. If my memory serves me right, I believe it's called the Skyward Tavern. Okay, a bunch of docks here too. Cool.
Yeah, amazing.
Oi! Ridiculous.
Luis is the wretched knave who commanded his subordinates to steal the royal scepter from the Grand Cathedral in Grand Trad. I can only imagine what wicked tricks that villain has up his sleeve for Saint's Day. No harm in preparing for the worst, I always say. How you doing, Moore?
Amazing.
Ooh, what was that?
here.
Rudolph's runner. Okay.
Now what am I to do?
Hey, mister.
Oh, hey. It's Loveless.
You little...
Look who decided to turn up. You've got some nerve showing that mug in front of me. What are you so mad about? Did we do something to you? Oh, playing the fool, are we? I see your game, but what's good for the goose is good for the... I'll settle the score with you shortly. Maybe he's had one too many. We'll let him be for now. Yeah, why is he so mad? Dude has lost his chill.
Welcome. Wait. A band of youths with a knight and a yew chief.
Are you perhaps the candidate who brought Joanna the Sanctoress to confess?
One glance and you knew. Listen, we just...
I don't care if you did the deed or not, but please take your business elsewhere. I'm sorry, but I have my own reputation to think about.
You follow Sanctism's teachings?
You? A Mustari who wears no mask?
I'm Euphazia. I'm the priestess of Verga. No, of Edria.
The priestess? Impossible. The island priestess would never leave the village behind.
I have my reasons, but I wish to see the outside world that I might better protect our island. I have no proof, but...
You would raise another tribe to the throne.
'Tis a longer story than we've time to tell. We only wish to avoid a tyrant's reign. Yet 'tis not from our own ambition that I speak so. The throne belongs to one truly worthy.
But if you insist, we will leave.
It's just... You look so like the priestess before you, I can't just turn you away. Fine. You can stay here, as long as you don't make trouble for me.
Thank you. I suppose it is easier to understand each other without the masks in the way.
Not all of us mainland Mystari hate the Sanctus Church. We'd rather preserve the peace we have. And, well, it's a sorry excuse for an innkeep who turns away travelers.
Thank you. We're in your debt.
Damn, nice
Look,
rooms,
they've
too.
got food and booze here, too. And it's so much cooler, which means fewer bugs. Perfect.
It better have fewer bugs than that last place, huh? And Gallica, I doubt you can handle much booze. Definition of a lightweight.
It seems they have an imitation of the island spring here. We can bathe. I should invite Juno when she's back.
Bathe? You'd be mad to hope a hot spring replica could take the edge off this chill.
Cold or not, there's nothing more refreshing than bathing. Would you care to join us?
I should think not. For reasons too numerous to count.
Why?
Anyway, strategy meeting. Let's get on with it.
If she's inviting,
so we
bro,
seek to
come
assassinate Luis. A difficult task. But you look to have an idea. Let's have it.
First, the when. Under normal circumstances, we'd want to get him on the move. Maybe walking through a crowd while he's got less guards. That would be the plan. But unfortunately, that'd only work if he was someone with common sense. Someone without combat ability. Or someone who'd want to avoid collateral damage. And that isn't Luis. Worst case, he'd use his civilians as shields while more of his personal guard catch up. And things go sideways before we can get it done.
But once he's inside the Opera House, he'll have a security detail at his beck and call. Even if we can sneak in, getting to him.
If we can't target him in transit, and we've practically zero chance of getting close to him, that leaves us with only one option.
Join his personal guard?
We join his personal guard ourselves?
I considered that, but it might be tricky. We can't guarantee he'd allow it, and
true.
Besides...
The real lance is overflowing with magla. It would be a dangerous gamble to keep it on hand. That sort of power is easily noticed.
Okay, attack from a distance, I guess.
We attack from a distance.
Exactly.
A bow and arrow isn't gonna do much good, right? It needs to be the lance.
Of course. So, what if we threw the lance? Pierced him through from a distance?
Ooh, I don't know about that, man. That risks a lot on a throw that leaves the lance out of our hands. It leaves our hands and goes right into his, you know?
Yufa, as the priestess, you can command the lance to return to you if it's far away, right?
You can?
You would have me use that power in reverse to cast it out instead.
According to Juna, the ceiling of the Opera House has a chandelier big enough to support a person. From above, we'll target Luis in the royal box seats.
You realize the entire audience is below that lighting? A stunt like that would get us noticed instantly. Wait, are you suggesting we do this during the show?
Oh my gosh,
Luis
this is so
will be
cool.
distracted. It's the best opportunity we could ask for. Besides, with Yufa there, we can even recover the lance easily.
Hold a moment. I would need to launch it like an arrow. Such distance and such speed would require incredible focus. I don't think I could do it while aiming.
Then just concentrate on the sheer mental force of it. Someone else can take over the role of actually throwing.
This gambit is sounding more far-fetched by the moment. But we also can't afford to wait for another opportunity.
There is no other opportunity. Luis intends to kill Forden during the festival. That means if we do nothing, the fake will be exposed, and so will we.
Indeed. Once our betrayal is made plain, we will never find a way to draw close to him again. This will likely be our first and last opportunity.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if he tries to use the fake lance, the king's magic is gonna kill him, wouldn't it? It would at least lock him up. Like, why aren't they considering that? Like, is there something I'm missing? Like, imagine him going for Forden, trying to attack him with the spear. It would lock him up because it can't get through the king's magic. And then at that moment, if you're close enough, you stab him right through the heart. And also, with at least one other person, it choked him out. Like, the actual king's magic is what killed him.
But who's actually going to do the throwing?
I'd rather leave it to you. With the royal magic protecting you, it's less likely that we'll fail this, even with interference. And besides, laugh, if you like. I know it sounds silly, but I really do believe you have the power to change fate itself.
Indeed. Everyone here knows that firsthand.
I feel the same. If I can trust you to do it, then I should be able to do my part as well.
Will you do it, Captain?
All right.
All right. I'll do it.
Thanks. We owe you. On the day of, Juna will be at the venue ahead of us. We'll have her open the service entrance, and we'll infiltrate from there.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I want you to lure Luis's guards outside and cause a commotion while he's making the throw. I'm sure the Magnus brothers will be guarding the place too. Hulkenberg and I will secure the exit route in advance. Luis is a formidable foe. But we've overcome plenty of obstacles. Let's believe in the strength that got us this far. We can do this.
Don't worry about it.
I know there's a lot of weight on your mind right now, but let's just try to get some rest and prepare for tomorrow. It'll get even colder at night, so try not to get sick. The fact that the lance passed muster is a testament to Neuros' skill. Sometimes the man can achieve truly amazing things. Even now he's holed up in the runner working away, tuning something or other with usual vigor, I don't doubt. He has his quirks to be sure, but there can be no mistaking that he's a great credit to our endeavors.
At last.
Tomorrow is finally Saint's Day. Luis will show his face, and with the real lance we'll... Don't worry, I'm prepared to do what we must. The man must be stopped. That was my first time seeing snow, and it was so cold I shivered. What a sensation. Oh right, Juna's going to meet up with us later tonight because she's got so many things to do behind the scenes. Vernacular, you go ahead and rest up. You've got a big role to play tomorrow yourself, after all. So this is Altabury, eh? Colder climes tend to inspire stronger drinks among its people. But all that can wait until after our business is finished. Once we've trounced Luis, I can think of no better celebration than a good stiff drink. Okay. Well, I think this is where I'm going to end this episode. So, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And in the next one, we go to the Opera House. I am so excited for this Opera House scene. I am so excited. I cannot wait. All right, anyways. Yeah, we're here at Altabury. Let's do this. Bye, everybody.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters: Darren York, ZTD, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlado101, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, Hato Kuto, Shadow Raven, Anna Kate the Great, Emily Kuzanoa, Philip Dalton, Timothy Jansen, Skip, Naya, Turkeyfoot 27, Bean Curry, DWJ Media, Craig E. Christian, Black Ren, Barrettscape, Sanctum, Joshua Jarvis, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.